When you come up,
When was the genesis of the project, and how long did it take start to finish? What were the obstacles on the way?
Sasha was introduced to me by a friend in England who runs a non-profit organization on drug policy, and contacted me to make a short film about Sasha, because Sasha could not come to England. So he asked me if I wanted to come to make this short film in California. And that's when I met Sasha. And then we did this very short film. And I think we hit it off. We made, I think, a beautiful little film. When I was editing the film, the initial one, we have a lot of interns that work in our company, and we always had people who would come by and say, and we have a lot of young interns who come from film schools. And every time I would play a scene, or every time we would look at a scene, somebody would stop and say, "Who's this guy?" You know, they would stop, and they'd be really fascinated, both by Anne and Sasha. And we thought, this is, you know, that says something. So then we approached Sasha. After a while, it was not right away. And we said, okay, maybe we should do a longer film. And Sasha was very modest very early on, because we shot for a while, I think over a period of a year, and he said, maybe you should talk to other people. And Sasha, of course, is very involved in the community of scientists that do work and has very tight relationships. So it was great to meet other people that have done this kind of research, or are doing this kind of research. So why did it take so long? It's a good question.
It's up to you. No, you have to decide what you want to do, and you go in the laboratory to start mixing new chemicals together and seeing what color the liquid becomes. You don't know what's going to happen. You might find it lays down a whole layer of gold, and you've made a lot of money. I mean, just no way of predicting. That's the beauty of working with new chemicals that have never been explored before, is everything you touch them to is a new combination of things. You get new results, and new colors, and new responses, and they do new things on paper chromatography that you've never seen happen before. You've been with me on that one, yeah.
But Sasha uses himself as the experimenter, the main experimenter. I think where his morals and ethics come into it is that he feels it is basically immoral to use animals and sacrifice them because you can't tell anything about the psychedelic experience from an animal. And also, I think it's safe to say that he would not dream of giving a new drug to another human being until he has explored it thoroughly himself. And I think, as far as I'm concerned, that's pretty good moraling and ethicing. What more does one want?
When you give a compound to an animal, ever worked with a rat or a monkey or a mouse? How do you know, he can't say, that was really a fun thing, or I don't think I like that, or I was scared to death. You don't have that communication. And you don't learn from it. Or you admit if you get enough of it to the animal, you'll kill the animal. That doesn't really give you much insight as to what the subtle action of the compound will be. So I have to go to small levels with compounds just to determine the degree of safety, and the animal doesn't turn green from the tail out. Okay, I'll stop.
What makes you think you need a substance to reach that state of mind?
There are many different ways to explore those parts of ourselves that are not immediately accessible to consciousness. Hypnotism is an excellent way. Dancing dervishes achieve an altered state. But these particular compounds or medicines have been in use by shamans for, I guess, thousands of years. Um, they are also a good path. One has to be very careful with them. It certainly is not the path for everybody. And especially the way we think about it is there's nothing wrong with enjoying an experience, but if that's all you're after, then you are missing a tremendous learning that could take place if you allow for some depths as well as heights. And again, these are potentially dangerous materials, and you have to learn how to use them responsibly. And that is one of the things we've tried to emphasize in the books we've written. Give as much information as possible.